I'm gonna taste this for the first time now because I've been
Oh,
asked.
dang, you haven't tried it?
No, dude. Howdy, everybody, and welcome to episode 158 of the SuperSetYourLife.com podcast. This is your weekly dose of entertainment, education, and inspiration to fuel your life inside and beyond the gym. Keto fuel, that is, because we have Keto Greg, who is a 42-year-old professional natural bodybuilder, having been strict keto himself for almost 10 years. Greg is an ISSA certified personal trainer, Deeper State keto coach, and Keto Bricks sales manager. Congratulations on that again, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
Absolutely. Having just earned a third place trophy and some cash at the Mr. and Mrs. Natural Minnesota, he is generous enough to give us his time on our show to talk all things ketogenic bodybuilding and his plans for his upcoming shows. Solomon wrote in Proverbs 10:16, "The labor of the righteous leads to life, and the activity of the wicked leads to sin." Greg, along with everyone at Keto Brick, has a work ethic and a dedication to this movement of ketogenic bodybuilding that inspired Taylor and I 3 years ago to treat SuperSetYourLife.com and Skullbellz with the same passion. If you haven't heard his recent interview with Coach Bronson, it's a good one, so you should go check that out. I'm going to put a link to that, and you know what? The link is in Greg's Instagram bio, so you can just go check it out there. Greg can be found on Instagram at KetoGreg80. Greg and I have been working together since his promotion to Keto Brick sales manager with our partnership with Keto Brick here at Superset, keeping our keto athletes dialed in with the only meal replacement that we use and recommend outside of a meat-based diet. We are going to discuss all things keto contest prep today and wrap up with a scoop on Bell's Brownie Batter bars, blueberry muffin bars, and some other exciting news for Keto Brick. Greg, enough emailing. It is an honor to speak to you face to face, sir. Welcome to the show.
It's about time. Thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is about time. I'm glad that we got the scheduling all figured out, too. New time zones and everything. And here we are. So what inspired you to start bodybuilding in the first place, sir?
Oh, man, probably just dated back to when I was younger and was looking for some healthy habits, something to keep me out of trouble, and just started kind of screwing around in the gym with some friends after school. I didn't really know what I was doing back in that time period, but it evolved into learning quite a bit, self-experimentation, kind of got addicted to the results and the ability to make some progress, and decided to see what I could do personally, and ended up turning into some bodybuilding and some competitive shows back in the day, 10 plus years ago, and then just over the last extra 10 years or decade or so recently, a few more shows. So just the natural progression of trying to make progress and being addicted to the results. Once you get to the tail end of a contest prep, it's really, really mental, more mental so than it is physical.
100%. What inspired you to stop eating carbs in the first place and go keto?
Feeling like crap. I guess my personal journey wasn't a strict ketogenic start. There was no like actual start date to me becoming keto, because I was actually coming out of a contest prep where I was pretty deprived. I was in a pretty steep deficit. This was back in 2013. And so I was already really, really low carb. And as I started reintroducing food into my diet, I had a really bad tailspin in coming out of trying to attempt a reverse diet, and just fell flat on my butt, felt like crap. And that's kind of where I started feeling the best on a lower carb intake. So for me, it was a natural progression of kind of keeping it low carb. I also dabbled with weekly cheat meals or free meals or carb cycling, targeted keto, cyclical keto, and just found that I really felt the best and felt like I could perform optimally on lower carb. So ever since then, about 10 years ago, that's where I've been.
Wow. What's it like being, okay, so you hired Robert as your coach first, right? Is that how you were connected?
Yep. And that was probably, gosh, what year was that? That was in maybe 2020, 2019, 2020, a few years ago. Yeah. I'd been kind of scouting out some different ketogenic contest prep coaches because my goal was at that time to hit the stage again after hitting the age of 40, which would have put me at 2020. And so I was seeking out some different prep coaches online, ended up choosing Robert. I'm glad I did because he really dialed me in. And then that's kind of where our connection and our relationship started. And it's just grown ever since that point.
What made Robert stand out to you as a coach? Why was he the one that you decided to pick?
Just the way he carried himself, the way he obviously had really strong values and beliefs and morals, and he's a family man, and just kind of, he just was so much more approachable. You could tell he was just an all-around good person. Kind of gave me the feel that he matched a lot of what I felt was important for someone. There were a few other coaches, I'm not going to name any names, but they were really kind of rough around the edges. They were more like scream at you, kind of get things done. And Robert was just more like, this guy could be a coach, a buddy, a coworker, neighbor, just really good person. So that's what brought me into shooting him that very first email.
Wow. It seems like most coaches are more so hard coaches than soft coaching, at least in the sport of bodybuilding, right? So there's soft coaches, which is like my personality, for example. I'm what you would consider a soft coach. I push my athletes hard, but I'm not the one that's yelling in their face and telling them that they do better. It's just not my personality. Never has been. It's never been my leadership style. Robert kind of seems to be more that direction. I don't know. Excuse me. I haven't coached under him personally, but just working with him over the years and I guess approaching him more or less as a consultant than like my actual coach. That's kind of the impression I get from him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. He's more like you could you feel comfortable if you had a problem, like in your personal life that was not even coaching related. And he just leaves that relationship kind of open and approachable so that you feel like you could go talk to him as a buddy. And, he understands, he's a human. He's not just, a hard edged box, stay in the box kind of guy. So that's what really was appealing to me anyways.
Yeah. Whenever he and I have recorded in the past too, it's just like we don't even know what we're talking about. We're just like, all right, just catch up and just see where the Holy Spirit leads the conversation, I guess.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. I don't know how he keeps everything straight, man. He's going in a million different directions, but he will zone in and talk to you about anything that you want to.
Yeah, that pretty much sums him up. He and Crystal are gonna I think they're gonna stay at our place there, or at least they're stopping by. So apparently we're getting a workout in a couple of weeks on his way up to Seattle. So
oh, nice. Yeah, he's got some shows coming up. That's gonna be awesome.
I know. I'm gonna eat an extra stick of butter the night before just to make sure that I can keep it. Or an extra brick, I should say. Speaking of which, I'm getting kind of hungry. Are you hungry?
I have been known to eat a brick or two here and there. Yeah, you got one handy there?
All right, yeah. So I do have one handy. This is the brownie batter.
Okay.
And I've
probably got one.
Bro, every single day. Yeah, okay, good. I'm gonna taste this for the first time now because I've been
asked, oh dang, you haven't tried it?
No, dude. So I've been asked ever since you guys dropped it from clients and from people on Instagram. Have you tried the brownie batter yet? Have you tried the brownie batter yet? And I said no. And I was like, you know what? I kind of want to make it a big deal because I'm so excited about it. So I want to wait until the podcast.
All right, dude. All right, I will try one with you. Okay, I set aside some room in my macros to be able to do this today. So
you did? Oh, that was so thoughtful of you.
Heck yeah, dude.
I'm fasting, right. So I'll just fill in after this.
So I already know what they taste like, but you're gonna get your first little.
Oh my God! I mean, it tastes like a Hershey's bar, bro, but better.
Yep.
It's a little softer. It's a little softer than the chocolate malt, or at least like in texture. The chocolate malt has a bit more of a harder texture to it.
Yep.
This one feels softer.
Well, this is the Bell's Steak Shake protein blend that's in here. So it's also got the organ complex in there as well.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to ask you about. So this has spleen, it has pancreas, it has heart, it has liver, and it has kidneys. How the heck do you make a chocolate bar taste so good with those kind of ingredients?
Right? Magic.
Okay, so the first ingredient is cacao butter, and that's basically your energy, your fuel.
Yep.
And then you got the steak shake. So that's from a protein powder that you guys have or something?
Mm-hmm.
Not familiar with that one.
So it's actually it comes from Mark Bell's Steak Shake protein powder.
Okay.
So if you've heard of Mark Bell,
Oh, for sure.
that's one of the products that he's known for, is that Steak Shake protein powder, and that's where the organ meat compound or the blend comes into play, because that's what he advertises. So this is actually a collaboration with Keto Brick and Mark Bell's Steak Shake protein powder.
Wow. It's got collagen in it too. The MCTs, that's what I'm a fan of. How do you test your ketones? Do you test if
Me personally?
Yeah.
Okay, occasionally I'll do some blood testing or blood ketone strips. I've also got a Biosense breath acetone meter. I think I've seen you use one.
That's the exact same one that I use. Yeah.
Yep. So I use that on occasion. I haven't really done a whole lot of testing lately, just because I really haven't been necessarily chasing ketones or anything. And coming out of a contest prep, I was in such a low deficit. As I'm starting to climb back out of it now, I just kind of lost sight. Didn't really need to be necessarily seeing what my numbers were, but blood ketones, breath acetone, and right now I've got a CGM on, because I'm doing some experimenting with another company as far as blood glucose response with some products of theirs. So
what's that on your tricep?
that's just a CGM. So it's just a continuous glucose monitor. So
Oh, okay, right on.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, like, you're a natural bodybuilder as far as I remember.
Oh yeah. No, there's nothing weird going on there. That's just testing my blood sugar. But when I was at KetoCon, there was a company there, and I don't know, I haven't been in contact with them since KetoCon, but they were on the production end of making continuous ketone monitors that are similar to this, that are going to be supposedly hitting the market and be able to give you continuous readings for blood ketone levels. So that'll be cool if that ever catches traction and makes its way to the market as well.
That'd be crazy. Yeah, I think it sounds like it'd be more accurate than the Biosense meter. The Biosense meter is great because it's just, you can do it whenever. You don't have to pee on it. You don't have to prick yourself.
Right. Right. Yeah, you can use it 20 times a day if you want to. Of course, you got to charge it up, but yeah, you're not burning through strips or anything like that.
Yeah, I've been landing kind of upper 20s, lower 30s on a good day. And I'm noticing a direct correlation to my protein intake. So like fat, I can eat as much fat as I possibly want and still be in ketosis. Doesn't mean that I'm burning fat, right? Because you can still store it as fast as you're burning it and still be in
sure.
But especially with the bricks, it's like if I have a day where I'm like, you know what, I'm feeling a repeat, I'm going to eat another entire keto brick. I just feel like my body needs it. Still in ketosis because it's all fat.
Yeah, and you're just burning right through it.
Yeah. One more thing is, this actually tastes like a brownie.
Yeah, they nailed the flavor, definitely.
Yeah. So the ancient sea salt at the end, that's Redmond real salt, right?
Usually it is. I'm not sure. Let me just double check on this one.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, it says Redmond. Yeah, it says Redmond right there.
Yeah, usually we've got Redmond right in there. But unless there's something else that's coming in as part of the protein powder blend, because that already has some ingredients in it as well. So
yeah. Yeah,
But
Redmond real salt. You're probably familiar. It's basically a pink Himalayan salt, but the way that they use it is a lot. I guess they do it in a way to where you don't have the heavy metals and the explosives that are used because like it's pink Himalayan salts, they got to mine it, and so there's a lot of explosives that they got to blow up everything in between them. And
yep. Yeah, I'm really familiar with Redmond. Redmond Real Salt and Redmond Relight are, I've got a stash pile of those, both of those on my kitchen counter. So those are my favorite salts and subs. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know many keto athletes that don't have relight somewhere in their house.
It's the go-to, the golden standard, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good one. As a matter of fact, I'm drinking it now too. I had some this morning. Watermelon flavor. The watermelon lime, I think, is what it is.
Okay.
And then the pineapple one's pretty good too.
Yep.
Colada, whatever it's called.
Yep. Pina colada is awesome.
Yeah. Cool. Outside of Keto Bricks, do you consider yourself a carnivore then?
I guess probably not full-blown carnivore because I still like to get a little bit of vegetation in. I still like to get some nuts, berries occasionally. Other than that, I mean, it's pretty much bricks, meat, cheese, eggs, dairy, oils, animal fats, butter, macadamia nuts, avocados. That's that's kind of like the big portion of my pie right there.
Yeah, you summed up my diet for the last 3 months, basically, minus the plants.
Yeah, gotcha. And I don't eat a whole lot of vegetation, but occasionally I'll have a salad or a handful of raspberries or a little sliced cucumber or celery or something like that. And that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah. You tolerate everything just fine, huh?
Yep. So far, so good.
Yeah, I've been finding that that meats for me and for all of our clients pretty much can't go wrong with anything. Plants, some people respond well to some, and some people don't, and that's kind of where you have to troubleshoot. So once you get everything out and eliminated, you can usually pinpoint which plants work for you and which ones don't. My wife,
Sure.
my wife's been into salads lately, and I'm just like, yuck. Yeah. Have you found it easier or more difficult to build muscle as a fully fat adapted athlete?
I guess I don't notice it in either direction too far in the noticeable way, like I don't find myself saying, man, it's really hard to gain muscle, or gosh, it's really easy to gain muscle. It's just the way it is. If you're getting adequate calories and adequate protein in, you really shouldn't have any terrible concern with putting on mass or gaining size or gaining weight. It's all about just what you're eating, as far as quality and content goes.
Right. You need protein to build the muscles, you need sleep to recover, you need water, and you need a stimulus. Those carbs are just not part of the equation. Whatever helps you get that stimulus, though, I mean, if you cut out all your carbs and you feel like crap, then yeah, you're not going to hit your stimulus. But if you're
right,
feeling great on just protein and fat, then it really doesn't matter where your fuel's coming from, huh?
Exactly. Yeah, as long as you're well fueled, right?
Exactly. Did you become a pro before or after hiring Robert?
After hiring Robert. So,
Okay.
Robert actually helped me achieve my pro card status, and that was back in 2021. So 2023, this past season, is when I was able to actually utilize that status and do my first pro show. So going forward, I think I'm going to probably do a couple more pro shows in maybe 25, early 25.
Wow. Okay. So I have to be completely honest with you, bro. I've done 12 shows and I've come so close to getting my pro card a couple times, but just never really quite got it. What did it feel like when you finally got when you got your pro card?
It's pretty awesome. Yeah. It was I remember I went and met Robert. First time I met Robert in person was at the Hard to Kill Summit in Omaha way back in 2021. And I met him and I said, Robert, this is before the shows. And I said, Robert, if I win a pro card with your assistance after turning 40 and doing it all ketogenically, all these components that we're aligning, I said, I will get your logo, the ketogenic bodybuilding logo, tattooed on my quad. And so I do have this logo on my quad because
You do, right on.
because it really signified a big part of my life and a big challenge that I overcame because I was over 40, I was all keto, and my goal was to win a pro card, and it was just all these things that came together. So I ended up doing it.
Yeah. So all the pictures that I'm seeing of you, it looks like it's mostly men's physique. Is that what you compete in? Is men's physique? No, there's a class. Are you too?
I did classic and I did men's physique. So going forward, I'm going to stick to probably classic physique. I may tip over into bodybuilding, but I feel the best and I feel like I kind of fit more of the mold of the classic than the men's physique. Yep.
And this is WNBF or IPE again? Remind me.
IPE is the pro side of NANBF.
Right. Okay. So you got your IPE card. Nice. My coach Alfred, he was an IPE pro for time, but I think you have to you have to keep earning it, right? Like it's only good for 10 years or something.
Yeah, I think there's an expiration to it. They don't let you just sit dormant on it forever and try to jump back into it.
Okay. Yeah, so he's gonna go back and get that one now. Wow. No, your physique is out of this world, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're
progress,
42,
right?
You're 42. You're 11 years ahead of me, and the only natural athletes that I ever lose to are guys that are just like 10 years older. They're just bigger.
They've just got a little bit more experience on their belt, right?
Mm-hmm. Have you competed in other federations besides NANBF and IPE or?
Yeah, let's see, there's Natty Revolution is one that's pretty widespread across the country. I've done some shows with them. I also, let's see, I forget now. I've got a brain fog.
Do you ever do NPC just for fun?
I did some NPC shows back in 2013 before I ever adopted ketogenic lifestyle, and never really went back to NPC because they're not necessarily full of natural athletes. So I felt like just because I was a natural athlete that I kind of wanted to always, seek out the natural federations just because I felt like it was more of a level playing field that way.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been going back and forth between the two, and even at the natural ones in NPC, you kind of wonder. It's like there's not a a urine test. There's a polygraph, but whatever.
Sure.
Well, yeah, I like the exposure of going back and forth between the two personally.
Yeah, I definitely go and spectate some of the shows from different federations, but I probably always just seek out the natural ones just to be a part of or compete in. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you drinking a Zevia?
I do have a Zevia.
Bro, like half my clients are addicted to those things.
Yep. Is that what you have right there?
No, this one is it's non-sweetened at all. It's just a bubbly.
Oh, gotcha. Yep.
Apple flavor. Yeah, if I'm feeling really edgy, like really living on the edge, maybe I'll do a Zevia from time to time.
Yeah, I got hooked on Zevia. Then I found some discount coupons online and ended up just kind of stockpiling downstairs in my house. So I got a bunch of Zevias.
They're bomb. Yeah, you can. It's a diet soda that you can drink and not feel like it just wrecked your gut.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And there's no artificial colorings in there too. So they're all just clear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Robert and Crystal got me off of Red 40. I never realized how bad that one was until I did the research, and I was like, holy crap, I'm drinking that stuff. So all the supplements that we sell that had Red 40 in them, we just discontinued all of them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the stuff's kind of everywhere. All that coloring is crazy.
Yeah. So your next show, when is that one?
Actually, I don't have anything else this season. I've got now I'm in my off season, so I'll reverse up into a little bit more caloric overload, I guess, and then I'll plan on cutting down in probably in a year and a half or probably 12 to 16 months or so.
What areas of your physique are you focusing on right now that you're in a building phase?
I want to just definitely hit my legs a decent amount. So I'll work on legs and chest probably with some extra attention just to get a little bit more growth in those two areas.
Yeah. I mean, when I look at your physique for whatever it's worth coming from me, you look like a bodybuilder, man, and a classic physique athlete. I mean, like you look great. You
Great.
look in trunks, but you got those thick muscle bellies, bro. How tall are you?
I'm 5'9".
Yeah. Wow. I mean that's great for that frame too. The shorter guys that usually are able to make that illusion of like looking quite a bit bigger and thicker.
Sure. Yep.
How much do you weigh?
Right now, kind of hovering right around the 200-pound mark.
Wow.
Off season, I was probably closer to the 220 mark.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a 204 this morning, and
Okay.
I don't know, probably like around 12 or 13% body fat. I'm just guest posing this year. I'm not competing, and so I don't need to have striated glutes or anything. I hate having.
Gotcha. Well, you look like you've been pretty dialed in though, from what I'm seeing online. You are definitely shredded.
Yeah, I mean, I make myself look shredded because I got the structure filter on Instagram and then the right lighting and the time.
All the secrets. Yeah.
I know. My co-host of Carnivore Coaches Corner, Jonathan Griffiths, he calls it half natty lighting. Because
That's good.
in the videos, it's like if the light's coming from this way and from that way, bam, like that's usually the sweet spot.
Lighting helps, definitely.
We should do like another podcast on that. Like, all right, how to set up half natty lighting. Here's how you do it. So I saw a rumor about the blueberry muffin bars returning. Is this a dream or is this true? Personally, I think that it beats the Quest bar blueberry muffin.
So, oh yeah, hands down. And the texture of that blueberry muffin bar or the Keto Brick, holy cow! Like it's just creamy. It's amazing. Probably one of the most probably one of the flavors that we get the most feedback on and people requesting that it comes back. They want to see it come back. They want to see it take a permanent hold on our website. So
yeah, I have people asking me all the time. And so like now I'm really curious.
Yeah, so I gotta divert the answer to Robert because on one of the most recent lives that Robert and Crystal had, the topic came up about the blueberry, and he said that it's planning to come back, not in the super near future, so don't hold your breath, but we're looking at trying to get that back into supply in the future here. So I'd be super stoked if that was a permanent flavor because I think a lot of people really, really loved that one and we're sad to see it disappear.
Yeah. I haven't had any flavor that I don't like. That's for dang sure.
Yeah.
But
same here. Did you ever have like one of the old school, there was a cinnamon flavor of some sort that I don't remember.
Bro, if there was a cinnamon flavored Keto Brick, I would have remembered it. No, I've never had a cinnamon.
Okay. Yeah, it was back in the day, years ago. I think back before the current packaging looked like it did. They used to come in like shiny silver wraps. They did not have this black packaging on them. And then before that, or maybe after that, I forget the order, they were in tall stand-up bags, like resealable type kind of bags. So they've come a long ways.
Wow.
And their lineup of flavors right now are amazing. They always come out with a couple seasonal ones. So we definitely keep an eye on that because come fall, there'll be some seasonal stuff coming back into play. And we've got a few other flavors in the pipeline right now. So I can't say anything about them, but they're always in the works.
All right. Well, we'll have to do a follow-up episode in like a couple months or something when that one comes out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, maybe we can do a flavor launch or something.
Yeah. The mint flavor, is that one bye forever, or is that one ever coming back? That was a good one.
The chocolate mint or the mint chocolate. I think that'll be probably coming back around come seasonal time. You know, kind of like the fall winter time.
Oh,
That was a
nice.
really good one. Buttered maple pecan is one that we see hits.
Bro, I missed the boat on those one the last time you guys did it.
Oh, that I've got a few of those still stashed over in the closet here, just because one of these rainy days I'm gonna have to take one out and dig into it. But yeah, that is a good one.
When I got the blueberry bars in, I had people offering me I'll pay you $20 for it. I'm like, no, man, this ain't worth selling it for $20. Like, I'm gonna eat this thing.
Heck yeah. Yep. Yeah. So I personally, when we have limited run flavors like Bell's Brownie, that kind of stuff, I personally order, a couple dozen, and I just stick them, in the other room. So I take one out here and there and chow down.
Yeah, I did the same thing with nootropic icing and with the brownie batters. The nootropic one I'm loving, like, more so than the flavor. I mean, all the bricks are good. I haven't had one that I've ever not liked, but the nootropic icing one, I know it's supposed to have like a pineapple flavor or something in it, right? And I think it does a little bit, but man, it just tastes like a really good white chocolate bar. So I'll like crush it up and mix it with the chocolate malt, and man, that's a really good combination, the two of them.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. That's a really super good one, and that's a collaboration with Keto Brains, nootropic coffee creamer. So there's actually quite a bit of mental boosting ingredients in that brick as well.
That's why
the collaborations. Yep.
That's why, that's why we stocked up on those, because of the lion's mane mushroom and everything in there. It's great brain fuel. I train fasted, so I know they're supposed to give you energy for your workout, but most keto people that I know eat one or two, maybe 3 meals a day if they're really pushing it.
Yeah. Right. Yep.
But I'm finding it to just be great brain fuel. So usually like that point in the day where I kind of start to get hungry, and then it's time to transition from like everything I'm doing in the studio to everything that I'm doing in the office. That's a good time for me to smash the brick.
Hey everyone, Coach Taylor Milton here. Welcome to Skullbellz TV, the official YouTube channel of supersetyourlife.com, where you're going to discover a weekly upload of quick and easy to follow workout tutorials featuring Coach Colt, myself, or one of our athletes to keep your workouts fun, practical, and effective. Our family's latest keto carnivore recipes that fuel Colt's competitions and keep myself and our kiddos strong and healthy. Video uploads of the supersetyourlife.com podcast, now over 100 episodes, your weekly dose of entertainment, education, and inspiration to fuel your life inside and beyond the gym, and much more. Last thing before we get into the video, we're asking a big favor from you. This has been working beautifully, so if you would please think of someone you care about that would benefit from this video, go ahead and smash that like button, click the share button, and text this video to them. That would mean the world to us. And while you're at it, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss more exciting content from Skullbellz TV, because our team has lots of meat and lots of muscle coming your way, and I promise you won't want to miss it. When you hit the subscribe button, you'll see a bell icon pop up. You want to click that too, so you're notified every time we release a new video. Thank you so much for the support. It means the world to us. Every like, share, and subscription helps our channel grow and supports our family's hard work. So thank you so much for doing your part too. That's all we ask. God bless you, and please enjoy this video.
Which one is your favorite flavor if you had to pick one?
I think blueberry muffin is probably one of the top couple. Chocolate peanut butter cup is gonna always be one of my favorite ones.
That's my kid's favorite.
Yeah, tastes like, it just tastes like a peanut butter chocolate, like a Reese's cup kind of thing.
Are those Reese's peanut butter cups on the website in the picture?
Oh, I don't know. You'd have to ask Robert. I don't know what exactly they use there for that stock image.
Yeah. So I was totally taking all your guys' stock images and putting them on our website to resell them, and I'm looking at the peanut butter cups, and I'm like, man, like, I wonder if that's a lawsuit waiting to happen. Probably not. Probably something to,
It doesn't really say what it is on there though, so nobody can really prove it.
Yeah. Oh, I had a question from one of our listeners. That's all right if I run this one by you. This is from Mats Anderson. He's out of Norway.
Got
And
it.
he would like me to ask him if he has felt that he has any less lung capacity now as a 40-year-old, if he is 40, versus when he was younger and smoked. He mentioned in a post that he used to. I didn't know that you used to smoke, by the way. So yeah, I guess now I'm curious.
Yeah, man, when I was younger, I used to smoke 2 packs a day. I smoked for probably, it was at least 10 years straight of smoking, staying up late, drinking. I was overweight. I ate a bunch of crap food.
What?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I didn't know this about you now.
Yeah, yep. So I don't notice any difference in lung capacity. I guess I wouldn't know unless I was able to compare myself today to myself today having not smoked. So I don't really know that there's a good answer for that, but I don't notice any struggles as far as lung performance or high intensity cardio or hiking or anything. I never lose my breath more than I would expect to.
Mhm. What type of cardio do you do? Do you do more high intensity? Do you do more low intensity? Or any at all?
Right now it's just kind of tapering out of stair climber because I had been doing so much during contest prep. So I'm just, as part of the reverse, I'm just kind of tapering down the intensity and the duration on that. And then I'm also adding in just some outdoor hiking just because I really, really enjoy it. And it's a good way to get some fresh air, get some sunlight in my eyeballs, and just get the body moving. So I
Yeah.
would say it's probably maybe a low to a moderate intensity. I pretty rarely run out of breath, but occasionally I'll sprint through the trails, and then I do run out of breath, and then I just use it kind of as a little bit of a hit interval training.
Mhm. Do you mind if I ask what just like a real quick crash course on what your training split looks like?
Yeah, right now I usually hit muscles twice a week or twice in every rotation. And so day one right now is going to be like a heavy push day. And that might be dumbbell or barbell presses, incline chest press, overhead press, with a higher intensity or I guess a higher volume as far as weights go. So rep ranges of like 3 to 5, just heavier on the spectrum.
Mhm.
And then the next day is going to be similar to that, but it's going to be a heavy pull day. So I'm going to get all my pulling movements in there, mostly compound movements. And I've got a lower body leg day, also with a heavy approach. And then I will go back and hit my pushing movements, and I'll focus a little bit more on some of the higher volume, so 10 to 12 or 12 to 15 reps. And then I'll also add in some triceps and some single joint pushing. Then I'll do the same thing for my pulls. So I'll do a little bit higher volume back day with biceps in there, and then another leg day. So essentially it's like a 6-day rotation, and then I'll just stick a rest day in there anytime I feel like I need a rest day.
Oh, okay. So you don't train 6 days on, one day off, like it's gospel, like most people do. So you
No,
push pull leg split, and then when you feel like a rest day, that's when you take it.
you got it. Yeah, it's like a heavy push, heavy pull leg day, hypertrophy pull, or hyper push, hyper pull, another leg day, and then wherever I need to stick a rest day in there, or maybe my schedule is too busy one day, and I'll turn that into a rest day or an active rest day, or I'll go hiking or do something a little bit different outside the gym. Then I just kind of stick those in wherever I need to.
Wow. How long are your workouts?
Um, Typically about an hour.
Okay.
Yep, hour of weights. It might go a little bit longer if I'm going really, really heavy, just because my rest in between sets is a little bit longer, but usually an hour to hour 15.
Mhm. I got to ask you what your favorite tricep exercise is, especially after seeing your triceps just now.
Tricep. Man, let's see. I really like the underhand bent bar cable pull downs, right?
Oh, okay. I haven't heard that one
Yeah.
before.
Yep. So that's that. I get to feel a really good, I get a really good.
The lateral head.
Yep. So
I like to do that with but with the easy curl bar though. I don't know. It's definitely a lot harder on the joints and it's a lot harder on the elbows, but that's a way that I can really get that lateral head like feeling sore the next day.
Yeah. Or a straight bar overhead. Yep. Cable.
For the long hits.
You got it.
Good stuff, man. Your diet. What's your macros look like?
Let me look here. Let's see. I'll tell you right now where I'm at.
And your last show was 4 or 5 weeks ago, right?
My last one was, let's see, 1, 2, 3 weeks.
3 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks ago. So right now I'm currently at 1,800 calories, I think. 1,900 calories.
Whew, that's low.
That's low. Yeah, I was lower. So I'm
Oh,
liking
man.
this right now. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm like 150 grams of protein, 140 grams of fat, and 20 or under total carbs.
Oh, wow. Okay, so your fat's lower than your protein. I have a hard time being in ketosis whenever I do that personally.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're just bringing protein up a little bit more right now, just kind of gradually climb out of the deficit, but keep me feeling satisfied a little bit better.
What were your macros on peak week? I know that there's the keto people that go away with the fats when they get close to a show, and then there's the Robert Sykeses and like John Arnold and those kind of keto coaches that say, okay, you're eating eggs, you get rid of the egg whites, and you get rid of the egg whites and leave the yellows in. Whereas any other bodybuilder is gonna take the yolks out and leave the whites in, right? So
right.
So did you guys pull more from your protein or your fat coming into your last show?
Let's see. So my peak week of my last show was, I was pretty low on the protein. I was 90 grams of protein and 130 grams of fat and 10 carbs. So I was hovering right under 1,600 total calories. But I also had a weekly refeed on Friday evening, which was an influx in protein and an influx in fat, also an influx in sodium for the day.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, I was at 1,570 calories during peak week, and my refeed the Friday evening before Saturday's show was a 2,170 calorie day. So that was an influx of 600 calories for the day.
So basically like a 25-30% increase in overall total food mass for the day. Okay.
Yep. And then sodium was bumped up by about 1,500 milligrams for that day over what my baseline was for the week.
Did you bump up potassium too with it?
I think my potassium probably came up a little bit naturally just because it was partly coming from Redmond Relight. So I know that Redmond Relight has got the 2-to-1 ratio of sodium to potassium. So I think just added in an extra scoop of that and got a little extra potassium out of it too.
Yeah. Got it. What do you notice after refeed the next day? Thinner skin, a little bit fuller, less hungry.
All of it, yeah. Thinner skin. I feel like you're just kind of leaned out. That subcutaneous water is gone. You feel like you're a little bit more vascular. You fill out. You feel like you're just ready to rock and roll. It's perfect, and you feel hydrated. So, I remember doing some shows back in 2013 with a non-ketogenic approach, and we had to just completely skip drinking any water or any hydration at all. So you woke up the day of your show and you were just thirsty. Your mouth was dry. You were just miserable. You had to like lick ice cubes.
That's how I used to do it before keto too. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is like a whole new world because you're really not limited as far as what you're drinking the day of your show. You don't want to over consume water, but you can drink to your thirst. So if you're thirsty, you can drink, but you wake up and you're not thirsty. So it's really awesome.
Do you feel like your physique and your energy levels are more consistent throughout the day on keto than they were before keto?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like I can go a longer time between meals without getting that hangry feeling or without feeling that crash or, just mental unclarity. So it's pretty easy to fast. It's pretty easy to get a lot more work done. It's pretty easy not to worry about eating every so many hours. And if you have to pack a snack, half the time you don't even need to eat it. So for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of days where I plan on eating 2 meals a day. I'm pretty much 2 meals a day, sometimes 1 meal a day, and then there's just days where it's like I'm just not hungry like all the way until nighttime, and that never ever was something that happened when I had carbs in my diet. It's like it's
Yep.
night and day. Either I'm full and then I have energy, or I'm starving and I got no energy, and I'm flat as a pancake, or I'm big and full and muscular. It's just like one of the is a lot more consistent though.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you ever experimented with peaking with protein or refeeding with protein or carbs, just a curiosity?
Not lately, no. I probably had done a little bit of that 10 years ago, but I don't recall anything. Well, I guess back when I did some shows in 2013, I'm sure we did some carbohydrate manipulation. I think we probably front loaded carbs the day or two prior to a show. I don't remember exactly what the protocol was back then, but nothing recently. No.
Yeah, I found that if I fill out on protein or carbs, I'll get bigger, but I'll sacrifice a little bit of my hardness and conditioning that I can typically achieve with a higher fat refeed.
Okay, so you notice a little bit more softness.
Yeah, so like the last shows that I did it was two of them back to back. It was a drug tested show and then a non-tested show like the day after. So I went in for conditioning on the on the tested show, right? Being up against natural athletes, and then I was up against the big boys the next day. And so between then and the next day, I knew I was going to get creamed because they were all so much bigger. So I ate about 6 or 7 pounds. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head of sweet potatoes. And I was so bloated the next day I couldn't even hold like half my poses. But my posing routine wasn't spectacular by any means. But I did place. I didn't think I was gonna place, and I just barely got it too. It wasn't as like hard and like crystal clear. Excuse me. What didn't have like the chiseled abs like I really wanted. But I don't think I would have placed though had I not done that.
So you feel like you spilled over?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't spill over. It just comes with a little more water retention. So whenever I fill out on fat, I'll stay nice and tight, and then if I fill out on carbs, I'll gain about 5 or 6 pounds.
Gotcha.
And it's not what I would call quality, but sometimes you just got to go with what the judges are looking for, right?
Yeah, true. Yep, definitely.
Yeah. Well, good stuff, brother. I think we are running out of time now, so I'm going to wrap this up and just tell you how much I appreciate it, seriously, for all this, for the expertise, for all your help that you're doing over email with getting Keto Bricks added to our website and getting us set up as resellers. It's a dream come true, man. It's been an honor being in business with you guys, and I'm just extremely blessed. So, where can people go to find out more about you?
Yeah, well, thank you, man. It's been an honor and a privilege to also work with you guys. So I'm looking forward to see where we go from here. If people want to check me out or Keto Brick out, you can find me on Instagram at Keto Greg 80. Keto Brick, we've also got a Keto Brick Instagram page, Facebook page, and everything you can find regarding the Keto Brick there. Also, you can check out your site now because you just launched Keto Brick. So I'm pretty stoked for that. You guys are our newest wholesale account. So you guys can also check out their website. And we have got some flavors in the works. So stay tuned. And if you guys need anything else, you always feel free to reach out to me in any way you need to.
Sounds like a plan. God bless you, brother. Thanks again. And we'll touch base over email probably like sometime later today about something, right?
Yep, sounds good. I appreciate it, dude.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining us for this entire episode. If you found this helpful or entertaining, make sure that you share this with a friend and make sure that you're subscribed to the show because 159, that is episode 159, we're going to be interviewing Lily Kane. We got a big lineup coming after that, too. So really, really blessed, really excited for those. Keto Bricks, obviously, you can find those at supersetyourlife.com as of yesterday. We have nootropic icing, Bell's Brownie Batter, almond, mocha, chocolate peanut butter, and milk and cookies. They're all amazing flavors. I've had every single one. And today's a brownie day. I got to finish the rest of that brownie bar. That one was freaking good. Thanks so much again, everyone, for joining. My link tree on Instagram has information and links to one-on-one consultations with myself, coaching inquiries. You can also find everything at supersetyourlife.com. Thanks so very much. God bless you. God bless you in your health journey, and we'll catch you on episode 159.